Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. It's only 8 a.m. I won't do it for the gram. I know I'm a man. I'm my 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged off. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundry mat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone has had a good weekend. Let me see how all systems go. You guys know the drill here. We look good. We look good. Everything looks like it's working. And yeah, happy Monday to everyone. Let's have a look what's going on with everything here in the market. Had a bit of a drop right now. These three candles coming into the market here. Apparently some sort of Asian, some sort of news here. But we'll double check everything, see what the hell is going on, as always. So, all systems ready? Yes, sir. All systems do look ready. Nothing is, all camera, everything's working, so looks good. And yeah, let's start with news here, right? Let's start with news. So today is going to be Monday here. Nothing much, man. Nothing much. It looks pretty clean here. Refresh this page. And yeah, clean Monday here. Tuesday as well, pretty much clean. Wednesday we start to pick up in terms of news. We have PMI for USD and GBP. And then Thursday we have unemployment claims for USD. And then core CPI for the yen. Right, they're expecting it to come back higher, as I've explained on the stream, and you probably will hear me say it again. Japan want their inflation to go up, right? So they have a disinflation problem, right? A de-inflationary environment, not this, de-inflationary environment. And they want inflation to go up. So they're expecting at 0.1%. If it does go up, will bring some yen strength into the market here. Otherwise, you know, it's going to continue with that yen weakness. So let's have a look at what we got going on in terms of technicals here. And yeah, start off with GJ here, start off on the weekly time frame. And yeah, weekly candle closing bearish, made its top wick already during market open on the gap. And now we're looking like we're pushing down, obviously, with that resolution of this morning. So, you know, we could even revisit this weekly, eventually, this weekly support down here at 200. That's definitely possible, 200, revisiting that. Now, it won't happen. I would be surprised it can happen this week, but I'd be surprised if it happens all in 1 week. But, you know, over the next few weeks, we could see that be a possibility here. Now, looking at price here, if we go on the daily time frame, we tried to create a support, but that failed, right? That failed. We created resistance. We still have the possibility to retest all the way up to 2004, 500, 2004, you know, almost 2005, you know, between 500 and 800. We have the chance to retest there before potentially making a lower high and retesting lower before finding short-term macro low and trying to continue the overall bullish higher time frame. Because if you look at this, even if we come back and retest top of range, it's just a retest top of range, and it's actually going to be a lot more beneficial for us trading in terms of higher time frame positioning. Just coming back and retesting here, it's not worrisome until we realistically break structure all the way down here. Then we look like we're doing something different. Now 4 hour time frame, you see that zone here, yeah, 204 600s, right? That could be definitely a retest zone, especially if we start to leave 204, and then we see what price wants to do there. Does it want to get back in the range and attempt higher, or do we start to roll over and start to come down? Because this retest didn't retest the range here. Now, in terms of short term, previous dailies closing bearish, previous 4 hours closing bearish. This current 4 hour has no top wick. We are in the range. Let's bring back drawings and see what we got going on here in terms of drawings. So this is going to be our previous 4 hour support that we just crossed. 4 hour resistance looks fine here. This we don't need anymore. And yeah, markup looks so far good here. This is our previous 4 hour support. And yeah, you know, markup looks good here. I don't like that we have no top wick here. Apparently there was some sort of news in terms of China news here, but you know, obviously what happens, Biden has also dropped out of here. I don't think this will cause it too much. I think this is just some yen strength coming into the market. But yeah, we can speak about Biden dropping out, what that means for the markets and how markets have reacted. So we'll discuss that when looking at gold. But yeah, in terms of GJ, below this zone looks quite nice on a 1 hour time frame. 30-minute also looks pretty good here, as well as the 15, right? So sells below here, I think, are going to be an option today with bearish bias. We just need this current candle to form some sort of current structure here. I mean, ideally we want it to come back up and make a top wick, but by the time it does that, I'll not be looking to sell below here. I'll be looking to sell to there. So realistically at the moment here, some sort of you know, some sort of pullback, maybe retest 4 hour support anywhere, and then looking to get below here for sells. but that is where the sells are going to come below today. I don't see any options of selling anywhere else unless we pull back deeper and then get back below the 4-hour support to sell to back to these lows. Otherwise, we could easily bounce from here. This could be the liquidity grab to flip the candle and try some more upside before we try some downside. So this is kind of what I'm playing at the moment. So we'll see how this forms, but I do need some sort of pullbacks, of course, since we had this heavy push down. So I'll put this here, make this here. Now, you know, we do have a whole 4-hour candle before a top wick is made, so it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to make it first. It is very far away. I would be reluctant to sell after it pushes back up 50 pips just to come down another 50 pips. Very unlikely that happens in one session. If that's going to be the case, then probably London would be London would pull back to make the top wick, and then, you know, possibly beginning of New York complete that. New 4-hour candle will close, which will change bias of New York. If that's the case, we will be above 4-hour support, and this just ends up being a liquidity grab. So the whole idea of sells actually get thrown out the window until not next session, but until probably NYSE to get back below 4-hour support again, because otherwise you're just selling back into 4-hour support, right? Which is not going to be a good idea if we're closing back in the range. So this is what I'm going to be looking at here. To see what we can do on the charts here, but ideally nice little pullbacks to continue down. Let's have a look at gold. So gold is obviously very interesting. Opened here on a small gap up. This should be a gap. On my broker, it's a gap. So what's happened? So what's happened on in terms of US is that we've had Joe Biden drop out. So he's basically withdrawn himself from the elections here. And the reason behind that is obviously with his health conditions and, you know, him getting a little bit older and his mental health and stuff like that. So how does that affect the markets, right? Because that's what we're really interested in. How does it affect the markets? So Trump as a whole, he's bullish on crypto. So a lot of people are going to be aping into crypto. It does give a higher % chance that Trump does get elected, as we don't have a candidate to kind of build a reputation right now with kind of having someone fill in. Now, there's something called the Trump trade. You can Google the Trump trade, and that literally, you know, Trump is very pro crypto. He's pro, you will see a small cap market, you know, small cap stocks start to increase in value, and they call this the Trump trade, right? It's not really good for energy, right? It's not too big on pushing energy, but we, you know, we see no reaction being made by the market at the moment, right? We see no reaction being made by the market, and this is more than likely because we don't have a counterparty candidate, and some type, you know, that being the case here. Now, will we see a heavy reaction? The thing is that, yeah, Trump will make an impact to the market. Do I think it will be impacted in one move? No, I think this will be slowly trickled as we go along here. We have bigger things than just elections. Interest rates are going to be more important. The sooner we reduce interest rates, that's going to impact the market more than the Trump trade, what people are saying. A lot of people are expecting that, but we're seeing crypto is already pricing that in. We saw a very good push in crypto here, and it's been, you know, obviously being pushing on the back of Trump here, and this is just bullishness due to actually Trump, right? This is just him getting into the market here, and you know, he's bullish on Bitcoin itself. So this is why we're seeing this kind of be impacted into the market here and being part of the market. So yeah, interesting to see that, but no, do I expect heavy movement? I expect volatility around this. This is obviously a very interesting time to trade, and it's something that hasn't happened since 1968, where we've had someone withdraw from an election. So it's going to definitely be something new in the market, and that's why you're not seeing too much of a movement, as market participants don't really know what they want to do at the moment, right? With this news, how they want to trade it and stuff like that. So so yeah, this is what we have to be careful with, and just keep an eye out on how this gets priced in. As for gold, what is going to send gold down here? If we start to lose previous weekly low here, okay, which is going to come in, right? No bottom wick on current weekly, very important here. If we start losing this low here at 23.93, very easily we can come back into 80s here. That is what we were discussing on the webinar. If you guys in the exclusive have not watched the webinar, then definitely make an effort to do so, right? Because it's going to be important to understand high time frame analysis that we were doing on that. But in terms of this, you know, we could easily lose that area. If not, we're going to play out a bounce here, right? So obviously we're on our way to trying to make a bounce here. I would like to see bottom wick on daily and weekly here. If you go ahead and look at 4-hour time frame, where would we bounce to? I would expect us to bounce somewhere back into this previous support, potentially previous highs here, right? I would expect us to probably bounce into previous all-time highs here, which also line up with this last structural point, which comes up at around 2340, 2335, somewhere in that zone there. If we were to bounce heavy, I would expect this. In a very weak market, I have seen price even stall at 2420. 2420 if we're very weak on price. If we are seeing positive news in terms of US data, right? PPI coming out, PMI coming out this week strong. Strong PMI data is going to cause us to roll over sooner than 2240. If not, we can be playing bounces all the way up to 2240 if that's going to be the case. If we lose these lows here, we do have a clean candle here back into the 2380s and potentially even lower to 2370s and take it zone by zone before potentially finding at the 2350s some form of macro support before higher time frame continuing bullish. But realistically, we've broken higher time frame structure. Weekly has closed back inside of the range. Pullbacks are more bearish than bullish at the moment. So I would expect pullbacks to be sold into depending where they come. How do we know when they come? Resistance is formed, etc. But those are some key levels of interest. Do what you want with that information. Now, bring back drawings. 4-hour support looks accurate here. This is previous 4-hour support, which is actually now our 4-hour resistance. So we can change this to 4-hour resistance. Let's change this to 4-hour resistance. 15-minute. All looks good here. Right, so bias today is bearish bias. Why? Previous daily close bearish here. Previous 4 hours so closing bearish. I'd like to see us clear 4-hour lows here. Yeah, in terms of buys, I think buys are going to be, they're quite tricky at the moment, the buys at the moment. Especially with the, here's the daily bottom wick zone. Want to see how this really looks on broker. Yeah, broker, not too much of a gap. It's literally right here is the gap between these two zones. Okay. What zone are we looking like? So we look like we're respecting this zone right here. So this could be a potential zone to sell below, to be honest. How much range we have here? About 35 pip range. Buys at the moment, I don't think we can buy until we get above 4-hour resistance. I don't see buys being too much of a valid option at the moment with bearish bias, right? We need bias to flip, and that would mean this 4-hour candle closing bullish, especially if this 4-hour candle closes bullish above this 4-hour resistance. That's where we can see you know, the continuation up here. Buy above the 50-minute resistance, yeah, but you're buying into the next resistance. You're buying a downtrend here, right? So if you look at 30-minute here, it literally doesn't make sense to buy right there, you know. I mean, you could, this would be aggressive, but you will be going against bias without second break of structure, you know. Gap on FTMO is huge. Yeah, I mean, I don't know with FTMO, you know. So yeah, I mean, if you want to counter trend trade, then I guess, yeah, buying early is good, but I don't like all of this resistances here. This is very choppy range. I think you're doing yourself a disservice by trying that. But again, it's up to you what risk tolerance you want to take if you're trying that type of thing. As, yeah, you could try to get up here, call this the low. The question is, does it want to take one more dip further, fill the gap fully, and then go and take its leap? Now that would make more sense to take buys above there if we had this, as then we would be filling our zone, right? So yeah, personally I would like to see maybe get up here, pull back, then get above. That would give me more confidence for counter trend buys. If not, I'm not in a rush for buys, because look at the space we have. We're literally right at the bottom of the range. If price really does want to bounce from here, we have tons of room to buy, right? You're talking about, from where we are right now, if we go to the higher targets, we're talking about 300 plus pips, right? So you can catch a 20 pip move in there multiple times, no problem. So yeah, that is basically going to be the plan here, is going to wait and see what ends up happening with price here, and act accordingly. So yeah, that's the analysis today. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. 295 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. You know what I'm going to ask for. If you guys enjoyed the analysis, be sure to do the YouTube business. Leave a like on the stream. Get the likes up to 150. I will put the scam likes on the chat, right? I will put the scam likes on the chat. So we'll see those scam likes. What would you call 2403? What would I call 24? What would I call this? I mean, yeah, you call it what you want. It's just a support, right? It's a support. So you can call it 30 because it's not yet actually a 30. It will be a 30 in 6 minutes, but you can call it 15. But that's it. It's a support at the moment, you know. So this is what you can call it. So yeah. See some questions people were asking. Do I prefer stop order or is enter manually? Sometimes stop orders. Yes, if you use stop orders, you have to have good spread and understand how spread works. If you don't understand how spread works, you're going to be entered early, of course. I like to use buy stops when spread is not fluctuating too much, and I account for maximum spread. So if I see spread spike to 1 pip, my buy stop is going to be 1 pip above, right? That's how I will manage that. If Trump gets elected, will you be getting into Bitcoin? No, I'm already in Bitcoin from a while back. At these prices, I won't. Trump being elected is just going to be positive for my bags, right? It's just going to pump the bags more. So yeah. Can we have a look at GU? Of course, we can have a look at GU as well. It's going to be similar to gold here, in terms of, you know, what we're doing. So same thing, daily, weekly as well, giving a resistance here. If we start to leave the daily lows, of course, you can anticipate moves back down to this daily support down here. Let's remove drawings. Actually, there's only 2 lines. We can just use those. You can, you know, expect moves back down to this daily support, max, you know, max targets back down to here. Now, if we're looking at 4-hour time frame, you know, we are sitting at this 4-hour support, which is the same type of 4-hour support that we had in on gold, right? This is the same type of zone here, where we have this heavy 4-hour support. So realistically on GU, you need to be leaving that 4-hour support for continuation of sells. So yeah, basically something leaving that. Very hard to sell into this support right now. Super choppy. A lot of zones here. You could try sell back into it if you get pullbacks. Otherwise, it's going to be super tough. Bounce plays can be an option here. Once we start to get back above the resistances here, bouncing back up into different zones, you know, possibility continuing the higher time frame trend here, because realistically weekly did not close at any form of resistance, did not tap resistance. Daily as well did not tap resistance. So supports being formed can give you that upside, and you can be looking for that upside play to see if we can get back up into 2966, you know, into those type of zones or something, right? That's what I'll be looking for on GU. GJ has created a kind of small pullback here on GJ. Harry Trades is best name for your YouTube. It's too common, right? Tradesharpe has a lot of meaning, because Tradesharpe means to trade sharply, to be sharp in the market. Sharp is also my last name. Sharp has a history in terms of markets, as Sharp ratio is something very popular. So I like it, you know, that's why I chose it. Why would you have a look at natural gas? I'm in a good long position. It's now at resistance, so I'm wondering if you should close. But the 4 days have been extremely bullish. So my question to you is, What was your target? Has your target been met? That's my first question here. Has your target been met? Because if your target has been met, then that can encourage you to secure something, right? There's no point of it. You don't have to catch the full move, right? You don't have to catch the full move. You have to catch your move. So my question is, has your target been met? So I'm going to ask you that first. Yes, my target would be around this level. Great. That's a good answer. So if you're at target, why are you considering not holding? I mean, why are you considering holding, sorry? That means to secure, right? If your target has been met, that means to secure. So I would follow your plan, right? And if you have FOMO that it's going to push more, close a percentage, right? You can close 50, you can close 80, leave 20, and you don't care about what the rest of the 20. Or if your job has been done, close full, right? That's the way I trade. Without even needing to look at the chart, that already answers. You missed one question, yesterday's Q&A. Where did you learn all of technical concepts in the first place? I didn't see that question. We had a lot of questions. I just picked a few of the questions. But if you want the answer to that, it's not one place, man. It's not one place, right? Kind of like your guys' journey will be similar. Searching different concepts. Remember, I started with SMC, so watching a lot of videos about SMC, but it was all a waste of time, to be honest, in my opinion. So yeah. But yeah, make sure you guys check out latest video here. How many people watch it? Normally you get 1.5, 2K views. How many we got? 800. All right. You guys don't like these type of videos, so I'll not post them in the future. But for those, there's really good information in this though, so that doesn't matter. But you guys should check out the video. Definitely should check it out, as there's great information in this. I could promise you, if you actually watched every week's video, you would be in a better position than you are today in terms of trading, for sure. All right, we're getting a close below here. This is also the 1 hour close. This could be an interesting early shot to see if we can get that continuation in the market here. 1 hour time frame will close below here as well. We need a decent top wick. I would love to see a decent top wick. 5-minute structure here as well. Yeah, so I'd like to see a good top wick here since it's a 1 hour open, and then potentially look for sells towards the downside here on break of lows. So see what we can get here. Do need a bottom wick as well. Oh. Need to zoom in for that again. Yeah, I do have one on broker though. So I'm going to follow what broker says. Broker has bottom wick. Again, need nice top wick here. If we can form a nice top wick, we'll be interested in this. First few seconds of this candle. Possibly could just push from here. Yeah, I want a decent top wick here. This is very small on a 1 hour time frame. See if we can get back up here and then take it re-break of lows. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright, so this could just be a move down to now flip back up bullish, which is what I didn't want. Now this is a difference of how much? Difference of 5 pips here. You know? So potentially we can enter re-break of these lows. Let's see how it ends, what ends up happening on this 1 minute. Rebreak of lows would be 27 for 22. Maybe 5 thunder here could be an option. Let's see what happens. Yeah, great volume here. Yeah, it's not worth. Oh damn, fuck this shit. Oh wow, amazing push here. Look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, I missed that trade for myself today, and that's it. That's about it probably for the session here on GJ. So yeah, very nice push here. I should have trusted that top wick being enough, but kind of on the 1 hour open wanted just a little bit more. But yeah, that was clean. Probably should have entered half or something there, but yeah, you know, that's all right. Kind of want your particular thing sometimes, especially on Monday, and it can seem shitty. You know, also massive push down that just wasn't enough. If you entered and it went in drawdown, you would have said it's not enough. Now it seems really unfortunate, you know, and it seems like a shitty position, and it is really, you know, to be like this. But the thing is that sometimes you just want to see what you want to see. You know, limited bottom wick, limited top wick, it's like, ugh. But sometimes we can't be too picky, you know. I do believe in that as well. It's sometimes you can't be too picky. And maybe I was too picky in this, wanting just a bigger top wick. See how much percent top wick we got here. We got around a 1.5 pip top wick. It's not bad. It's not bad, but maybe like at least a, you know, 4 pip top wick, at least to retest something here would have been good to give us that liquidity, right? Would be good to give us that liquidity. Gold closed no bottom wick here, so that's why it's rejecting. We spoke about that last Friday, guys. If you guys remember on Friday, same scenario here, no bottom wick, it ends up coming down, rejects, and you lose this trade. So this is why following the rules makes sense, because this is where now you're holding heavy drawdown and you're not gonna know if this is gonna flip or not. Remember, this is also the 1 hour candle closing no bottom wick here as well. It's not like just a 15 where you can rely on the hour to have a bottom wick or rely on the 30 to have a bottom wick. This is the whole 1 hour candle closing no bottom wick. So this is why this is invalid and you're getting the retracement here. But the big problem here is what happened on GJ here. This was a very decent opportunity, and yeah, a little bit gutted actually to not be involved in this. Very gutted. Kind of. You missed the trade? Yes, I did miss the trade on this. It seems shitty, but there's plenty of trades. It's not the first time, right? It will happen again and again. So you also could have taken the trade as well. If you did, then congrats, right? We spoke about the plan. Maybe I wanted to see something slightly extra, but I know my consistency over time, you know, is good, right? So Claudio is done for the week. He's also done, you know, so he's happy here. You know, and people, you know, can do their own thing. Now this unfortunate for me, a little bit gutted of course, but yeah, you sell or not? Yeah, we're supposed to be the sells here for sure. I kind of bottled it here, wanting a bit of a top wick on this, you know, wanting more of a top wick on this push would have been ideal for me to see, you know, and that's just how it is, right? It was a 20 plus pip move. Did you take it, PC Nerd? Because you said I missed the move, so I hope you took it. Because that's what matters, is your own trading, right? Your own trading matters. Because that shouldn't affect you. I sold, but I win? Good. I was scared? Oh. Thank you for that trade. No problem. Well done to those who got that. It's a very beautiful push here. This was a very simple setup, right? Had the pullback close below. I think if I had maybe one more pip in that pullback, I would be easily in there, right? I don't like how it opened, small top wick pushed. Good day to all. You too, man. You followed the plan? Yeah, I wanted a little bit. I wanted a little bit more. Could be positive sign for the week. Not really. It doesn't really change much. How do you put the line so accurate? You have to start from higher time frame and work your way down. So this is a 4-hour support. So we reach target for the day. If you're gonna target something for today, this is gonna be target for today, right? So start from your higher time frames, daily, 4-hour, so on, and move yourself down, okay? I would recommend you check out my support and resistance videos on my YouTube. That will discuss everything. What do you think about tech swaps? They've been bleeding for a while, not recover after elections. They haven't been bleeding for a while, actually. If you look at higher time frame on them, they're still bullish. Yes, we have a pullback phase. We're sitting at support, but it's not been a full-on bleed, you know. That's what's happened there. That would have been me done for the week. Yeah, I could have taken it, right? If you felt comfortable with that. You can't cry and feel, you know. Best part about missing this trade was I followed my plan. My plan told me I wanted a pullback, and unfortunately it didn't happen. But did you actually miss it if it didn't follow your plan, right? That's the real question here. Right? That's the real question. So technically it hasn't been worse. Hi, why do you consider the orange color older 4-hour and not the newer support, the blue line? Which blue line? Blue lines are because that is already marked, right? 9.2% trade. Congrats. Big trade for you as well. A lot of people caught this. Very well done. Because that is just a key level, right? The near one is a key level. You would consider it. That's why there is a line there, but I'm also marking this one as well. Right, so it counts as both. This thing should run today. It's a very nice position for runners as well. Could get down to 202s. Wow, look at the volume in that. Amazing move for today. Nothing I couldn't be part of. Look at that. Would have been your week done. Harry, can you tell the reason why you trade London but not NY live? Yeah, I'm a London trader. That's my session, right? That's the session I've done, you know, and that's how it is. FOMO looking pretty good right now. Yeah, it should, right? Do you use trend lines? No, I don't use trend lines in my personal analysis. Feels bad? It would feel bad. Of course it feels bad. It's frustrating, of course. It's frustrating. I mean, but what are you going to do about it, right? This is, you know. Thank you for the trade. No problem. No problem. This was a great trade. Would have been my trade of a couple of months, this actually. Big one. You know, definitely a big one. What is this? 60, 70 pips here? Yeah, 60 pips. You know, I guess was too particular on that, but there will be times where that particular time saved me. But again, there's really nothing I can do about this right now. Like, I have no reason and, you know, to feel anything here. You know, I know a lot of you guys are frustrated, but again, you know, a lot of you guys A lot of you guys will be blaming me, but you could have taken it as well, right? That's what you have to realize, is that I'm not stopping people. It's just what I personally wanted to see. It's just one day, one trade, my man. That's the exact point, right? That's the exact point that I think people don't realize, is that moves will happen plenty of times. If we're moving down this fast, sometimes in the future, we might retrace this move, right? If we retrace this move, that's where those buys could come in. Like you have to think positively of it, and there's nothing you can do. Of course, frustrating, very frustrating. And I told you when we were here, I was already gutted. What's purple line for? Their key levels. One day, one trade. What if you lose every day? Then you're not profitable. You have to find out why you're losing. There'll always be a reason why. One trade not going to change your life? Exactly. Unless, yeah, you go risk the house on it, right? If you go do some bullshit like that, maybe. But for majority, following a good plan, not really, no. Not really, not really. Gold is rejecting here. Also filled our range here on gold. So gold is basically done for now. This is only 10 pips break of low. You don't have range on gold. How to avoid analysis paralysis? Depends where you're finding your difficulty in that, right? Depends where you're finding your difficulty in that. So is it because you are over analyzing and can't find a setup? Or is it because you're over analyzing and getting it wrong? Are you over analyzing? All of these things, right? You have to realize, okay, what is it you're over analyzing? Because that's what analysis paralysis. Is it that you're too much time on the charts? Right? If you spend too much time on the charts, yeah, you're gonna have analysis paralysis for sure. For sure you'll have that. Did price push down so hard then because of stop order? No, it's not because of stop orders. It's just because of volume. Hey Sharp, I decided only to trade US 30. Do you know if it has any correlation with some other indices or pairs? Yeah, it will be correlated with NAS. You'll see a small correlation with NAS, not exact, but there will be some form of correlation. Not NAS actually, it would be S&P. S&P it will be correlated, not NAS, my bad. I overanalyze support and resistance. Then clear all the drawings, and I dare you to try only put 4 to 5 lines on your chart every day max. Let's count how many lines I have on my chart today. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Right? Your goal is you only have 4 lines. That's your limit. You can only put 4 lines on the chart. I noticed you're getting more opportunities these days. Yeah, it's nice. So gold close here, pushing below about 10-12 pips here. We might be able to clear the lows by today. We'll see what gold wants to do at 4-hour support. Very messy zones below here. Major support here, 201700s. See what that is on the 4-hour. Yeah, that is a 4-hour. 800 here on a 4-hour support. What is this? This is a wick on the 15, on the 1 hour, sorry. 15 is body is here. Those are the zones we have right now. You think London is pushing down? Yeah, it's been pushing it, yes. We'll see what we do at 4-hour support. That will be your major target here is 4-hour support. You can see we're rejecting before, which is why the sells didn't make sense, because you're selling into a major support here. Eight pips away from this target here. Got 15 pips. Stop loss is 47 pips. Yeah, that's minimum stop loss because that's only back in the range here. So yeah, 45 pips. So yeah, you would need pretty big push to get it going for it to make sense. Gold will definitely continue down. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm 18%, 18 plus beginner trader. It's my first time in your YouTube live. Love. Okay, welcome, brother. Hope you find some sort of good value from here. 18-year-old, good age to start, man. Take it easy. Focus on the skill, and all good shall come. Right? Off topic, did you enjoy yesterday's race? I didn't get a chance to watch yesterday's race. I was busy. Hi, I started when I was 1. What's your opinion on that? Oh, man. If you can comprehend this at one, then you should definitely not be on a YouTube stream. You should be running the world's economy. That's what I would say. Probably meant 1 p.m. You work on Sundays too? Yes, and I work on Saturdays. I work Saturday, Sunday. I work 7 days a week. Have to. Busy during the week trading and everything. You need to catch up with all other stuff on the weekends, right? Something normal. I think if you pick this type of lifestyle where you want to constantly progress, you're going to be working on weekends. It's kind of a normal thing to do. You should make a video of your PC build in depth. You want to see something cool? Check this out. Scroll down a little bit. Look at this. Open this video. And here's your video. In-depth PC build. Only thing I've changed my cooler for a Lee and Lee one. But yeah, the video's there on YouTube. We post that content. Do you trade crypto on weekend? No, I don't trade on weekends. I catch up with other work, and on Saturdays we have webinars. Hi, can I pass challenge on prop firm using your trades? Yes, and then when you pass, what happens? Right, what happens when you pass? That's my question. Right, what happens if you don't close because you don't understand why we close? What happens if you don't close at break even? What happens if you get stopped out with spread? These are all the questions that need to go through your head. What happens? What if you don't understand the trade? What if you weren't fast enough to enter, and then the next trade you enter ends up being a loss? What if you over risk? What if you don't manage your risk? These are all questions you have to ask yourself. You're going to lose the challenge anyways. So instead of asking yourself, can I pass a prop firm challenge? You should be thinking, what is going to be my best way to not only pass, but be profitable on a prop firm challenge? Because that's how you're going to generate money. Passing a challenge is not going to generate money. That's just an expense. And that expense, right? That expense is going to be what? It's going to be something you won't get back because you're not going to learn from it, right? Because you're just going to copy someone, not understand and not learn. So realistically, I think you should change your mindset. That would be my recommendation. I've seen a lot of success with people who have changed their mindset. GJ Trade got me profitable for the first time since today. Since 2 months ago, I had taken some losses to learn part of the game. Looking to potentially get an exclusive soon. Grind doesn't stop. Always welcome, Joel. And yeah, definitely in there, grind doesn't stop. That's how we are, man. You know, that's how we are. That's how he gets his capital, but he won't get his capital, right? And capital is useless if you don't know what to do with it. You could give someone who doesn't know how to trade $1 million. He has capital, but what is he going to do with it? Probably lose some of it. So it's not worth it at that point. I'm a beginner trader. What do you advise you? I advise you to really focus on learning the fundamentals and not doing too much overcomplicating the charts. That's what I mean by that, right? Don't overcomplicate the charts. Focus on the fundamentals and take it one step at a time. Learning each setup, stick to one strategy and just give it time, man. Nothing happens quick. Nothing in life happens quick. Where's video for PC? That would be on my YouTube channel. You can find it. My desk setup build. You'll see it. This one here. My new trading setup build. A lot of volume here in GJ this morning. Amazing sells. How long for you to become profitable? Took me a year and a half to become profitable. So let's see if gold selling was a good idea. Yeah, this is typical, right? This is why you didn't want to sell just after this close here. It's too deep. Pullbacks are gonna come. It's gonna be issues. Loud seal noises. Hopefully this week doesn't push Monday and then we start chopping up. Hopefully we can get some good continuation for the week and see what we can do here. This is basically next week. I really don't like when we have weeks like this, guys. But this is when we have Saturday, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday is a new monthly candle. I always prefer monthly candles at the start of a week of a Monday, but this is where we get a new monthly candle kind of end of week, right? End of week, we're getting a new monthly candle. So I always prefer to see monthly candles, of course, on Mondays, but literally you have a week and a half left to this month. Looks like that's selling for the IT outage news. No, we would have seen that continue on Friday. This is more just due to yen strength continuing in the market. Right? How can we get involved in GJ? That's a good question. At the moment, we push pretty deep. So we would need pullbacks. 150 minute. So whenever you have a big push like this, think about it. The deeper the push, the lower percentage you have of winning. That's how it is, right? So the deeper we push down, the lower percentage you have of winning. Now, your job as a trader is to take risk. If you're happy to take risk, you can obviously capitalize on that, even though you have a lower percentage of winning. So if I see a 15-minute pause candle, you could look to scalp, right? You could look to scalp and take scalps. So at this time, it would just be looking to go aggressive scalps. Now, you have to consider that, yes, it will be lower probability after such a big push. We have one 15-minute candle, biggest 15-minute candle of probably the last 2 weeks here. 3 weeks, actually. Actually, this is the biggest 15-minute candle I've seen in months without news, right? Everything else has been news-driven. But yeah, this one 15-minute candle here, 72 pips. How big was this 15-minute candle here? See if this beats it. This one was 68. It came close, but this is the biggest 15-minute candle of a couple of months. Rest was done by news, interventions, etc. So yeah, small sort of pullbacks and then getting below 4-hour support for scalps. Trying to just catch a little bit of the volume, right? Catch the volume to your advantage. What's the most expensive item you own in CS? Probably be my Karambit. Not probably, it is. Are you waiting for 30 minutes? No, just any form of one 15-minute kind of pullback. Now I understand that if this is going to be a heavy volume day, you're not going to get that 15-minute pullback. I can start looking at 5-minute, you know. What does it change in the game to have a bought item? So it's pretty crazy. So what skin is on? It's a Doppler. So basically in Counter-Strike, there's you can buy skins for your weapons just to make them aesthetically look better. That's the only reason, man. And it's just rare. That's it, because you can only get skins from unboxing, and there's a very low percentage chance of unboxing, so it's just rare. So it's a supply and demand. There's more demand than there is supply. So that's it. It's only aesthetic, but the prices are crazy. Like, my inventory has been a bit of an investment, you know? Like an expensive car? No, expensive car, you get performance, you get luxury, you get good finishing. This does nothing. I'll be the cheapskate and get all the default one unless it gives me extra. Yeah. All skins, no game. You said it wrong. It should be all skins, no skills. That's the saying. What are we waiting for now on GJ? I just answered that in the last 5 minutes. I'd recommend you rewind the stream and just check that out. It will be good practice for you anyways. Morning, someone took the trade? Yeah, a few people did. I wanted a big top wick and missed it myself. Upsetting, but what to do? I can't do anything about that. Just have to accept the fact. I missed the move of the week potentially. What do you think of supply and demand? Yeah, supply and demand is like strong support, strong resistance. That's what it means. It's price action, so I like it. Pullback, yeah, 5 minutes struggling at 4 hour support, but we would expect it to, actually not at 4 hours, sorry, at this 15 support. Nothing's closed below this 15-minute support yet, so this could just be a liquidity grab to flip up, right, and create that deeper pullbacks. Hi, will this mistrade affect your decision on next trade since you won't wait for a bigger top wick? No, it won't. It's just unfortunate situation today. It won't. Especially 1 hour close. Remember this, it's not like, I would be really pissed if this happened somewhere up here. Like we came to the chart today, we're looking for sells, price has been ranging, and I missed that. There's no reason I need a big top wick there because we have tons of structure. We are leaving a fresh zone. You know, but after we have this big boy 1 hour candle, when's the last time you saw a big 1 hour candle followed by another big 1 hour candle like this early? So if you look at probabilities over a year, this doesn't happen much, right? But it's always nice to be involved when it does happen, right? That's what makes it frustrating, is that it's nice to be involved when it does happen, but how often does it happen? Not a lot. So you look at it both ways, right? You can look at it positively, like, hey, this is a move that does not happen a lot. I catch moves that happen a lot. So you're still profitable over the year, still profitable over the week, still profitable month to month. But of course it's nice, right? Of course it's nice. Now it makes total sense. Now this whole situation could have been changed with just giving us 2-3 pips. Not giving us, because there's no us, it's just me. It's just me. It was just my decision. LeBron James has missed 14,000 shots in his career. Yeah, and I think that's just part of the game. You will miss trades, you'll lose trades, you'll win trades. At the end of the day, what's your results? If your results are negative, you need to look at, you know, you need to look at okay, what's going on. If you're still fine in results, then this doesn't bother me. The only thing that bothers me is how nice of a move it is. But if you're sitting there watching it, it will feel like shit. It's just how the markets are. Like, I mean, why? It's just because you were there active. But if you look at Bitcoin, like, I've been in Bitcoin since sub $10,000. Why is no one feeling FOMO about that? You guys should be not being able to go to sleep at night knowing that, you know? Right? It's just because you're there and then. You know, look at all these big candles you could have been part of. Now, if we look at GJ, history of GJ, you've missed so much. Remember, guys, remember, I've been trading GJ, and this is what's funny. I have been trading GJ since 135. Imagine if I just put a one lot at 135 and just left it. It would have been great, right? But that's not the way you think in the market, right? That's not the way you want to think, because I'm also very blessed and happy that during from 135 to 200s, it's been a profitable journey of catching, maximizing moves. And that's what really matters, is that what was I able to do on a month-to-month, week-to-week basis that has allowed me to prove consistency and be consistent. And that's it. That's what makes me happy, right? And that's the way I prefer to approach the market, is focus on long-term results, not just what's happening short-term, as that can change, right? So you can't let that put you down, because that's what's going to trigger the emotions to make mistakes in the market, is these things annoying you. The little things annoy you, which lead you to making a big mistake. It's always the way, right? You miss something small, you weren't at the charts, that annoys you, boom, you do a bigger mistake. And that bigger mistake is not going to make matters better, is it? It's just going to make matters worse. Please explain how liquidity grab works. I think I have the perfect video for that. On my Instagram, I posted a video about liquidity grab. Everyone loved it. So I think you should watch that. If you go to Reels, did extremely well. This reel here. Where is it? Look how this trader explains liquidity. A lot of people watched this and enjoyed this video. So check this out on my, on my Instagram here. A lot of people watched it and found it a very good analogy of liquidity. Simplifies it and makes it, pretty good here. So you can check that out. Yep, the rubber band method, the rubber band. Facts, everyone, the best trader in hindsight, they will learn though. Yeah, in hindsight, it's easy to be the best trader, right? Who's this ATS administrator? Need to ban him from Zoom. What's your Insta? I just posted it in the chat. You were able to type in the chat, but you don't see the link. Come on, man. Level up. Let's go. See what gold is doing now. Now gold's starting to form a form of consolidation inside of this range. Proceeds to replace Pip Labs. My bad, just saw it. It's okay, it's okay. Sometimes people literally see it and they don't understand it, and that mind boggles me. All right, we have 202 key level here, 15-minute. Also, it's clean till, yeah, it's clean till this 4-hour support really. That's our last chance to try squeeze a sell out of this move is something here, but it's really, it's playing with fire, but that's okay because they call me the firebender. So we'll see what ends up happening. Ideally, this candle closes like this. Next candle closes bullish, thunderstorm below 202, sell it down to 4-hour support, be done. Shut everything down. Or try that and lose. That's what could happen as well. You're fast at typing? Yeah, you get fast at typing if you do it a lot, right? Guess what? Same thing happens with trading, right? You get good at trading if you practice. How are you going to practice trading? You need to simulate. It's the best way to practice fast. Showing up every day here is good, but it's not gonna be good practice, right? It's live. This is your work. This is you doing the job. This is like a football player playing his match, right? I play my match, but what work are you doing in the background before your match? Right? What study are you doing? What preparation? That's what's important as well, right? That's what you also have to consider. DJ's the old that stuck to plans and didn't FOMOs and didn't lose anything. We need to trade another day. Yeah, man, it's an amazing mindset that you have there. I tell you, that will get you very far in this industry. You know, to sit like that, really, you have a lot of things. I mean, there's still opportunities here, but I like that. I like that. That's a great mindset. You know. Now you're supposed to feel frustrated. That is normal. If you don't, then damn. If you don't, I'm scared. Which concept do you trade? I trade price action. $15 close here. This is not 30-minute close. At 4-hour support right now. Yeah, not making it easy, right? Not making it easy, this push here. Easy trade to hold from up there for sure. But how much do you have to 4-hour support? Around 7 pips here. Stop loss is around 30 pips stop loss. It's a tough thing. Could we expect push past 4-hour support? I don't know. It's a 4-hour, right? It's a pretty strong support if you ask me. It's where our liquidity grab ended up coming from. So you'd probably want something below that at this point, it being 7 pips away. This type of volume is from retail traders or from market makers. most of the volume is going to be from market makers, bro. Most of the volume. Retail traders are a very small percentage of the market. Very small percentage in terms of liquidity. Remember, and also a lot of retail traders are not even on the A book, you know. Okay, review the sell that I took. Closing below 15 did hit TP, but this flip just making feel like he got lucky. So I don't get the entry at support here. Nothing closed below, right? So your entry should have been this candle closing below, not this one right here, when it broke the low. If that was your entry, then your stop loss, you got lucky with stop loss there, 407. You know, normally this time you trade at this time, it's very tough. You can get these pullbacks that will stop you out, you know. So if you're going to trade earlier, you need stop loss above structure. Just in case this candle does make a little bit extra push, you get stopped out. You know. A little bit of pain every time price inches lower. I mean, literally, I could, if I wanted to really scalp this hard here, I could on this 1 minute candle closing bearish, press sell. That is possible. Right? I could press sell here and I could put stop loss above that 1 minute structure. Right? That would be my aggressive sell if I wanted to sell. You know, now it would invalidate it, of course. So I wouldn't even enter on that. But you know, there's ways to get in. This just, is it going to be worth it for you? You should always ask yourself before you enter a trade, are you happy to lose this trade? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't enter, because that's immediately going to trigger emotions. If the answer is yes, I'm happy to lose this trade, then you have nothing to worry about, because you then just focus on winning it, because that's what's going to be more important, right? Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, this is cool. We're interested to see this end of the week. What if everyone wins? He's thinking of the answer. FOMO, overtrading, greed. I think you should add one more column. Can you add one more column? I'm in the gambling box. I think you should add one more, forced trades. Should be another one. That's FOMO. No, FOMO is taking trades that make no sense. Forced trades is just forcing in a zone. Like you sit at the trade all day, nothing's happening, you force a trade. Like not because of a move happening. You're forcing a trade because nothing's happening. You're like, okay, this makes sense. You know, we're chopping. You're like, oh, this looks like it's a setup. So that's forcing a trade. Not forcing a trade because a move is happening. You know, and you feel FOMO. Oh, I'm missing out on this. I need to get in. Yeah, that's FOMO. You know, but forcing a trade. Why did you take a forced trade? Isn't it because you think it's gonna go without you? No, because you're just trying to do something for the day. You're trying to make money in what's with what's in front of you, right? If you've been sitting at the charts for 3 hours and nothing's happened, you might say, listen, maybe this is gonna play out in the range here. You'll force that trade. So that's gonna be psychology is, hey, were you able not to take a trade today? You know? Because even if you did take one trade, you know, we can add a lot of other... No, I think that forced trade is important. One more column. Come on, you're some Excel wizard. You can just add a column to all sections. Look. I was at a family event the other night and somebody asked me what my job was, and I told them that I just go to Las Vegas and put it all on red. I hope red hits, man. Hope red hits. And if it doesn't hit, then you have only a 50-50... No, is it? Yeah, you have a 50-50 strategy. It's not the best strategy, man. Try increase your strategy. Increase your win rate. 33%? Actually, that's true because of green, right? Yes, yes, yes. Sells on GU makes sense below. Let's see what number you're looking at. Sells on GU gonna take a while, man, because we're sitting at a very strong support here. I'd say pullbacks for sell make sense, but we needed to do some business. What's up, boss man? All good, man. Hope you're well. Appreciate everyone joining the stream. Always a pleasure to have you guys on stream. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoying it as always. I know frustrating today to see this move happen in front of us, but we learned something. We learned something, you know, and most of the time we don't go empty-handed when there is a good move on the charts. But some days, miss it all. In trading, the best loser wins. That is a book, I believe. I don't like that saying. The reason why is it's already changing your mindset to something negative. You're focusing on losses. What if I told you that you're not supposed to lose most of the time? What if I told you that it should be something that's out of the ordinary to lose? Because if you're a winning trader, most of the time you should be winning, right? When you take a proper setup that follows your plan, you should be winning. So it's not the best loser wins. It should be, it should be something else. So I want to remove people's mindset from losing trades to more, how am I going to manage a trade in profit? Because when I take a trade, I don't think about what if this loses. I think about what is my next zone that I can manage my trade in profits, break evens, take profits, pushes, etc. Right? That's how I consider it. Being in drawdown and closing at a loss are two different things. Yes. If people ask me what I do, I tell them I'm studying economics. Just say you work in finance. If there anyone who is gonna be someone worth talking to, they're gonna say, "Oh, what in finance?" Then you can tell them in the markets, Forex markets, right? But normally, just tell them you work in finance. Sounds sophisticated, will get you respect. And if they just generally don't care, then they'll end the conversation there, and you don't need to say anything more. True, I thought that of that low key, the best winner wins. Yeah. No, the book is about accepting losses that come. Losses should not be the one that destroys your wins. Yeah, but why would they destroy your wins if you're in the mindset that you should win most of the time? I know it sounds cocky to think like that, but when you have a plan that is proven, you know. Considering 4 hours still doesn't make a bottom wick, you mean top wick, yeah? I'm guessing. Does it still make sense to counter trend with GJ with some nice bottom and close back above? It's possible to play a bounce play, yes, but that's all it is, right? We have a lot of bearish pressure here. You're with this scenario, you're catching a falling knife, but at this point here, there's a very slim chance we make a bottom wick. Very slim chance, right? We have a lot of move down here. Right, this would be the type of move that is done already, you know. Depends on the plan. People can be profitable with a 10% win rate. It's possible, yes. I guess in that scenario, then yes, it would make sense the best loser wins, because the way he manages his losses, then again, it comes back to its situation dependent, right? Because in that way, it would make sense the best loser wins, because he's expected to lose most of the time, but the time he wins a lot. So in that sense, it would make sense. Yeah, in terms of my strategy, then yeah, then it doesn't apply. I'm new to your channel, bro. I really like the way you explain the chart. I have questions, but I'm busy now. Hope you are here today. If you lose a trade like this, do you go find another setup? Hope you're... What? Yeah. If I see another setup, I'm happy to take another trade. If I take 2 losses in a row, I call it a day, man. I call it a day. That's as simple as it is, man. But normally if I lose a trade in the session, then there's something going on with that session. It's very rarely that we have a good push in that session and I lose a trade. Something's happened. So most of the time I'll be taking another trade in the next session. Gold closing 1 hour below, yeah, but we're still sitting at this support. It's a strange scenario, to be honest. You know, 1 hour, I don't consider this to be a wick fill candle as it's reached target here. But we still technically haven't made a bottom wick here. So with that in mind, there's a vision, right? There's a vision of that happening. The question is, do we keep holding this high-low structure? If we can see this high-low structure fail, there's a vision of us filling this wick, right? This wick can be filled to make a daily bottom wick because it makes sense for a bottom wick to happen. I want to just double check on my broker that we're not being trolled. 4 hour. Man, why does it do all this BS? Yeah, on my broker there is a bottom wick, so it doesn't really count. Daily has a bottom wick. I hate when chart. This is why I don't use chart auto scroll. This is why I don't use this stupid MT for analyzing. It's a headache. Now if this closed less, we would have more range to trade, right? What's this? 36 pips for 7 pips is a bit tough. So maybe a close below could be an option, right? We'll have to see. Give me a second, I'll just go to it, come back. Is telling people that I am a day trader a good thing or bad thing? Because as soon as they know I'm a day trader, they ask me tips about stocks. See, for me, it follows me everywhere. Any person I speak to, they're just asking me, hey man, can I give you money? Can I give you money? Can I give you money? Can you teach me? What about this? What about that? What do you think about this? Should I invest here? Should I invest there? It's like, yo, chill, chill, chill. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. If you tell people you're a day trader, especially if you know, let's say someone like me that, you know, I publicly am a day trader, right? So, you know, people could easily search my name and find that out. Yeah, I get a lot of that, you know. So that's the problem with that. I hate people that say to me, can I give you some money and move that for me? Yeah, the problem with that is just legality, you know? They can screw you over more than you can screw them over, right? Because they're giving you a set amount that you can lose potentially for them. But they can legally take action and sue you. It's a whole mess if they really want to get dirty, you know? And that's the problem, you know? And obviously they want, you know, if anyone tells me that, I'm like, okay, I'll keep 70% of profits, you keep 20. Then what? I always tell people something. Okay, you take 10% of profits, I'll keep 90. Why? Because I don't need your money. And secondly, I'm doing all of the work. So if I ever wanted to do that, right? If I ever wanted to do that, then I will set something up professionally, right? Where there's proper, and you can get pools of money, right? That is going to be worth it. Because most of these guys don't, you know, they don't want to invest too much, you know, $10,000 if even. Like, let's be honest, with $10,000, what are you going to do with it, you know? Think about it. Over a year, if you double their account, which is amazing gains, you only make extra 10,000 for a whole year's worth. You don't even make that because let's say it's a 50-50 split. You make $5,000 for a whole year of flipping their account by 100%. Not really worth it, you know, for a whole year, 5,000. It's not life-changing. But if you pooled money together from multiple investors, yeah, now the numbers start to add up as you have more capital and start trading it for that. But again, that comes with external pressure, right? Stress for trading for all different types of people. So you'd have to be comfortable with that. Man, I just realized I'm so close to achieving my dream to quit my job and restart music production. Very, very nice. That is nice. Well done, well done. Alright, 5-minute close below here on gold. Looks nice for continuation for sure. 1 hour is looking like it did want to wick fill. This for me is not really a candle that I would trust to wick fill, as it's a rejection, right? We're rejecting something and we're closing weak bearish. Same story on the 30 minutes, is actually closing bullish here, right? And again, we discussed this being 6 pips. Now, if you look at 1 minute, we came back, we retested the support. So if you took this, potentially you'd be out break even because you would have been moving break even at this support. The client become your boss? Not really, because they have to sign a contract. But I get what you mean, and yes, you're somewhat right. You know, like you are doing it for the client, right? But you can, that's why I said if you're going to do that, you need to have legal things set up. It needs to be legally done so you can have proper contracts, proper rules, proper agreements. This is going to remove 90% of the stress of it. Furus have done that, but literally ran off with the money. Exactly. That's the problem why you need to have escrow accounts set up. Ideally, the way you would do it is you let them set up in their own broker and they would copy to your traders' accounts. That way, the money is in their hands. You would just have a contract deal. You know, so you have to get a license to trade for others. You have to be a registered financial advisor, and you'd basically be a brokerage of sorts, right? You'd be brokering. It's how you do it here. It would be financial advisor would cover that, to be honest. Portfolio manager. Hey Harry, I'm still struggling to make my trading plan, so could you please suggest the best way? Any mentorship courses, magic pills? Without sounding snobby, if you're really, I wouldn't buy a course. I wouldn't, the only thing I would look to do is if you actually want to invest money, and this is not me trying to shill, but really I think the best value you're going to get is like something in the exclusive group, you know? I don't see, you know? I don't see there being something. But for trading plan, I would recommend you don't need to pay anything first, as I always say, and watch the trading plan video on my YouTube. If you're still struggling over that, then yeah, consider to get in with us. I have this video here. This trading plan made me consistent. So watch that video, and I hope that helps. But that's how it is. Chat is stuck. Yeah, that sometimes happens with Streamlabs. Let me fix it. Why don't you have a myfxbook? Oh, I've never attached myself to a myfxbook. Also, myfxbooks could be manipulated. So even if you do that, it doesn't make you legit. So the best way I've done to prove myself is to trade live in front of people. I mean, this way I think is the most transparent way. As you guys see me make mistakes, you guys see me do everything. This is what I found is better. myfxbook, you know, I could shill something that I'm proud of or something that I've done, you know, and just put myfxbook in terms of percentage, open a $100 account and, you know, fucking risk the shit out of it. Makes it look good on stats, you know, but, you know, come on. This is the one thing. And also in terms of having an equity chart, I like to use, I just use the one that MetaTrader gives you. You can see equity chart. I can post an equity chart of my MetaTrader. Hope this makes sense. I wonder my broker had bottom wick. I consider that a bottom wick though. I do consider that. Breaking the low here, kind of like I said. What's this, 1 minute? This is 1 minute, right? Oh. Alright, little pullback here on GJ. See if we want to create some sort of resistance, or 30-minute wants to close bullish. Everything can be manipulated, including bank statements. Yeah, statements, of course, can be edited. That's why, you know, if I was to show my deposits, not deposits, my things hitting my bank account, I would show that from the text that the bank sends me. You know, if someone would want to see it for some weird reason. But, you know, we have weird people out there that need it. And I get it, I get it. It's a lot of people in the industry, you know, who like to do this BS. What was your biggest win till now in terms of percentage? Damn, I know monetary figure in terms of my single biggest win was $4,500. But in terms of percentage, I can't remember how big my account was back then. But I know it was $4,500. Not bad for one trade, to be honest, considering the style I trade. The style I trade is consistency, not big trades at once. I do making consistent. Now, that's not the most amount of money I've made. Like, that's, I could make that in a couple of trades. But definitely cool to make that in one trade. Popped a 6 lot. I closed 2 lot, left 4 lot running. GJ ran for 200 pips. I closed at like 140, 50 pips. All in one day, which was nuts. Harry, what are the best things in your exclusive group? The best things in my exclusive group is, first of all, the community, the amount of effort I personally put in to be with these guys and to make sure everyone is set up well. The second thing would be your access to all of my exclusive content. I think that's a golden library. Access to the Zoom calls, access to the webinars, and direct access to me. It's just it covers everything, man. It covers everything. you know, it covers everything. Will your strategy work forever? If it stops working, how will you make money? You want to see something cool? I recommend you go to my channel. Look at what it says in the thumbnail. Can you see that thumbnail? Will your strategy stop working? It's a common question I get, and I think you should watch the latest video and check if my strategy will stop working. What do I have to say about that? That's why I like to make these videos, to answer these common questions, so we don't have to repeat them every day. Would you ever move to swing trading? It's not my style, man. It's not my style. I don't mind doing it. If I ever swing trade, it would be an investor trade. An investor trade is different. Yes, it is swing, but I'd look long-term positions, but not be a swing trader. How many standard lots do you use? Well, gold I'll use smaller than GJ, but I would say on GJ you could average me at 10 lots. 10 lots, 8 lots. If I'm going half risk and the stop loss is like 20 pips, might put in a 5, 6, depends. They fake trades with the wrong time frames on the trades. They forgot to fix it when they edited. Shameful and grimy. Look, at the end of the day, yes, they're deceiving people, but they're only fooling themselves, right? Because at some point, people are going to find out. And when they find out, their whole brand, everything they work for is ruined. All in one go. Everything you've worked for, everything you've done, ruined. You know? So they're only you know, they're only ruining it for themselves eventually. These people don't survive long term. They don't have long term in mind, just a quick buck. Yeah, but they miss so much on that, you know? They miss so much. Would you stay till 12? I actually have a meeting at 12:30, so I'll have to hop off before 12, yes. Hopefully we can get something quick in. I'm glad we didn't FOMO into this. This would have been definitely break-even trade. No water. Harry, even after trading for a little over 2 years and becoming profitable and passing prop firms, I still tend to close trades early sometimes. Any way to fix this? I would need to see where you're closing your trades early and why. Is it monetary reason, or is it just because of no reason? You know, there's a limit to where we speak about this a lot in the exclusive group. It's a very common thing. And yes, it can be fixed. I'd say immediate action steps you can take is to look for what's this called? Look for realistic targets, right? Realistic targets that are, you know, nearby. That way, you know, you don't have to reach such a big time frame. Five-minute structure formed on GJ? Yes, we did form structure on GJ. We're sitting at 4-hour support basically. You know, we have to see what's going on. I would say counter trend buys would be above here if you're taking the bounce play. Support and resistance can't work forever. AI technology will change the Forex movement. AI is very powerful, but that's the whole point, is that markets have to have support and resistance, because there's no such thing as candles closing in one direction. Right? There's no such thing as candles closing in one direction. So it will have to at some point pull back, which will create structure. So support and resistance is actually the thing that will only work. the way we enter will change, but we study price action anyways, and we can adapt that. But I don't think it's going to change quick, and I don't think it's going to change much, as it just logically doesn't make sense. Because yeah, it logically doesn't make sense. Do you use Fibonacci? No, I don't, but at all-time highs I might pull it out, yes. How many active members are there in the exclusive? Right now in Zoom we have 50 people. So nice tight-knit group. Nothing stupid like these influencers with 2,000 people, which is nuts. 2,000 people in a group. I think in a group, not sure how many numbers. I would have to find that out myself. How much numbers could you handle in a group before it becomes messy? Because the barrier of needing to pay for something already filters out 90%. You know, so you already get some form of quality. And if you raise that price, you're going to get higher quality as well. When was the last time I lost 3 trades in a row? Wow, that's a good question, man. I don't think I've done that for... Thank God, for over more than, maybe, definitely more than a year. I can't remember the last time actually I've lost 3 trades in a row. I've remembered 2 trades break even. Yeah, that's about it. Last time we've lost 2 trades in a row on stream, let's even see. Here. This is the last time we lost 2 trades in a row. January. And we know January was tough anyways. That's the last time I did. Then have I done it after that? I'm sure I have. It's not the biggest thing to lose two trades in a row, but no, I haven't. I have here, yeah, 12 pips and minus 5 pips, but really minus 5 pips is not big deal. I don't consider that too bad. Yeah, it will happen, you know. You lost 2 trades in a row, you should change your strategy. Unfortunately, that's the mindset people have, right? And that's why they fail. You know, that's why they fail. They don't stick. Do you have a video content showing your journal, how to properly create one? You can just copy my journal, man. You can just copy my journal. Just type !journal in the chat. The only thing I ask in return is to subscribe. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure, because we're streaming Monday to Friday. You could find some good value. You see gold going to 434 today. No. 400 pip push to 300 pip push today. Damn. You use 1-to-1. Is it not asking a lot from the market, more likely to win? Yeah, exactly. Right? Exactly. What type of trader are you? I am a support and resistance trader. Price action trader, I would say, is a better word. I tried backtesting 2019 August and 2020 August yesterday, and there's no trades following our rules. There is. I've tested that period. It's fine. It's actually a good period. Look at that period, man. That period is not bad. Look at the 2020 period in August. I have to use daily to go back that far, but look at August here, right? Nice continuation into the ranges. Check 4-hour candles, right? Continuation, pullback, continuation. Then we have a nice selling opportunity followed by continuation. Then this whole breakout. So there will be opportunities, yes. Oh, on EU. Okay. Yeah, I haven't tested EU. My bad. Yeah, I haven't tested EU. You would have to let me know with that. What's your biggest confirmation for entering a trade? That one go-to thing? I don't think I can define it to one go-to thing. What would we say, boys, in exclusive? What do we think? That one go-to thing to enter a trade? I don't think there is such thing. You can't put it to one thing. But I would say the one thing. Actually, no. Yeah, that's right. LTAs. That's the one go-to thing. Actually, no. Sometimes you try push through a zone, right? Sometimes we say, hey, we have 5-6 pips to this zone. Let's try push through. Yeah, I guess it would just be closes, right? Volume time, we sometimes even change that if we haven't seen a push, right? We'll go a little bit earlier. So that doesn't count. So that's not that one go-to thing. I guess it's a close, man. Everything involves a close at some point. Nothing is really entered without something closing. Coin flip. I say it is a close. It should be a close. Should be a close. I'm new, I just joined you. What are you expecting from gold this week? Well, if we lose the lows, we're gonna probably pull back more. If not, we're probably gonna bounce out of this zone on gold. Why am I not clicking? There we go. We're gonna have a bounce. What's your average risk to reward? I'd say average is 1-to-1. That's my average. What do you think about 5-minute breakup and buy up? It is risky. It would be counter trend, but it could be a bounce play, yes. I would say wait for the 30-minute close and see if it closes back inside the previous 30-minute range. That would also give you some information. You know, and you'd want as well this 5-minute to close above, but it's not, it is fully counter trend this, you know. We've had no liquidity grab from the lows as well. Yeah, it's a big risky one. Aim for the goal and ignore the hole. Oh, where you pull that one out of. Do you have any active trades right now? Not at the moment, waiting for my setup. Are you rich? Define rich. Define rich. What is rich to you? Rich doesn't only mean money to me. Right? I don't think that's the meaning of rich. You can have all the money in the world, but not enjoy what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. I think if you enjoy what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, you're very rich. Because that's all you could ask for, right? Is it fine to place SL in body and not in the wicks before a 4-hour support when the wicks are long for risk to reward? Well, what if it pulls back halfway through the body and you get stopped out? That's the question. Like, it's probabilities. You're adjusting probabilities. Possessions make you rich. I don't have that type of riches. My richness is life forever. Bob Marley, that, right? Yeah, you type it, yeah. I remember that interview. Are you a rich man? What do you mean, rich? You have a lot of things? Fake likes are insane. Yeah, how many scam likes do we have? We have, you're right, 509 scam likes and 300 real likes. That's insane. If we close above 4 hour, we're looking for long. It would be counter trend, man. It's risky. You're playing with fire. If you want to play with fire, you can. You can try to play with fire. I would say use that 4 hour support maybe as a target. You know, it's just you're playing with fire. How can you tell real like to fake likes? Well, I put in chat a little thing that says, can we get 350 likes? And then people vote yes or no. So based on how many people vote, everyone who votes can also leave a like, right? Funny how only millionaires say that, like Bob Marley. Yeah, the rest, they want to flex all the money they have, huh? I have this, I have that, I have this. Alright, close above here, shall we? This could be interesting. This is a counter trend option here. 30-minute closing bullish back inside of this range here. You could look to use 4 hour as a target here to see. This is definitely counter trend here. I wonder if the bounce play could play out here. It is a big SL. Could manage with 5-minute closing back in the range. Last time we got slapped for trading counter trend. Yeah, this is why you're definitely reducing risk if you're taking it. Now I'm trying to consider myself, is it worth just going above if you're going to do the counter trend here? Is it worth going above? You know? So now you have your top wick being made. Because you have to think of it both ways. What I'm thinking is this just a setup 2 to continue down as well, right? Because we could literally trade this as also a setup 2. Think about it. Right? So I think if we're gonna counter trend, would be better to have this candle close bearish, next one close above. That would be much better, right? Then you have structure on 15. We do have structure on 5, which is nice, but it might not be enough. We'll see. See how it develops. Thoughts at the 4 hour? Yeah, those are all gonna be barriers. Even we have one 449 as well as a little one. So we have all of those barriers. We need at least a 2 break-off structures looking high time frame close. Ideally, we need this 15 close bearish, next one, you know, to close above bullish. This will be your better counter trend. You know, because this could just end up creating resistance, you could be selling back down. The only good thing with this is how you've closed above the range, you know. What do you think of GU buys from here? It's right at 4 hour resistance. I mean, it could be an option here for sure. This looks a much better setup. 1 hour is up here. That's not good. 1 hour no bottom wick. 30-minute no pullbacks. Yeah, this is classic fake up setup if I've seen one. This is giving me all signs for downside actually. It will test up here. So that's it. There it's gonna have problems. What do you think the best benefits of the premium group is? I've said that this stream. I don't want to repeat it for people listening in on the stream. But I'll do bullet points. I recommend you check the website. It has a video explaining all the benefits, but it's gonna be, you know, you're personalized. You get to speak to me directly. You get to be on the Zooms. You get webinars. You get access to my content, and you get to be part of a very, very, very good community here that everyone has the same idea, which is to improve. Oh, GJ did flip. We weren't watching GJ. Yeah, no thunderstorm as well, right? Do you use psychological levels? I do use psychological levels, yeah. Why do you keep so many lines on the chart? Delete the lines that are irrelevant to the session, because more clutter with you ruin your psychology. Every line is relevant, brother, unfortunately. I recommend you study each one of those lines and understand where they came from. That will give you better understanding of what each line will represent, you know? It's not irrelevant lines on my chart. I mean, your price is currently probably around 100 pips or more from your highest line, so why keep it? Because that was drawn before the session. We could have bounced from here, gone back up, so I can keep it. I don't have to move it because you're going to be trading like this, right? This is how you trade. You don't trade like this. I have lines all the way up here, look. These are relevant if we ever reach there in the future. I normally hide those, but I had to change Tradingview broker. You gave your strategy away for free on YouTube. Why should you buy your education? Because that's just information. What are you going to do with that information? If you join the group, the difference you get is you get to learn how to apply the information, because you have me. I am helping you apply, and that's where the magic happens, is in application. Just information by itself can go through one year and come out the other. Yes, it will give you a good idea, but without learning to apply, without feedback, without, you know, someone looking over you, it's going to be a slower process, right? Loving your live stream? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. But we can use your live stream as signals and be profitable that way. I don't think you're going to be content that way. You can, and if that's your choice and you want to do that, but the minute you don't know how to manage a position, or you don't know why we're entering or where we're entering, you're going to miss it. Then you'll complain, right? And if you go lose a trade, you're only going to have someone to blame, right? And that's not the thing. Down GJ went you straight to TP. I didn't want to foam in because it was counter trend. Yeah, this is how it is today. Yeah, we were looking at GU actually. We were looking at GU. And then he had made a good bottom wick here. Good rejection on 5. Anyways, I have to head off now. I appreciate everyone showing up. Unfortunately, with the sells this morning, that was the move. Yeah, I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. It was a pleasure to have you guys on stream. Hopefully, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully, we can catch something tomorrow and see what ends up happening. But appreciate you guys as always. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Let's see what NY brings for us and take it from there, right? Yeah, it is still early, man. We have NY everything. Don't worry about that. And yeah, take care, man. Peace. See you all.